is 5th period Spanish with Senora T, and you're watching Rider News!
Rider News, got the brighter views, got the inside looks and the interviews. Every student better watch us, always moving, never stop us. One of the greatest, like a goddess, like a balloon, you'll never pop us. Everybody wanna get a love to us, ain't nobody ready for the package up. One of the greatest stations, we made it, don't ever hate it, don't stage it, cause we created the famous display of greatness. Superb, common display is the Eagle Huge Bird, yeah. Watch it in advisory, watch it in the library. This should be your primary amazing news source. Going to the school course, understand the news sports. Every Wednesday 2-4 in a month. Brighter sun, here we are and here we come. Yeti go, Yeti flow, everything that you should know. My name's Retrack, know you've seen that. Everything that you know, we mean that. Rider crew, tired and screw, that's what we call Rider News.
Good morning, Port Angeles High School Rough Riders. The school year's well into its second week, and we've already seen a flurry of activities here on campus. Plus, today's lunchtime club fair and after-school auditions for the Fall Play and of Green Gables means we're only getting things started. It's Wednesday, September 11th, and I'm Isabella Vollmer.
And I'm Isaac Calhoun. In addition to all the clubs and classes gearing up for a new year, the fall sports team has also kicked off their seasons, and I can't wait to feature all of the activity right here on Rider News. Whether you are watching this in your advisory class or on YouTube in your own time, thank you for joining us. Let's get into our first segment of the year.
As you already know, Port Angeles High School has had a school-wide focus this year, educating for climate change. Here at Rider News, we are dedicating our first segment each episode to campus initiatives and activities highlighting this focus.
This week, our very own principal, Mr. Clark, is joining us to talk about why this is an important issue and how students like you can be involved in the process. Let's watch.
So the origin of this idea was a conversation I had with my son Liam. He graduated from here last year, and we were talking about his college plans, and he said, yeah, I'll go to college, I'm not sure what I'm going to study, and I don't know what I'm going to do after college because I figure climate change is going to get really bad about 10 years after I graduate from college. And I'm like, really? Where is that coming from? And I realized, and this was totally unprompted, he came up with that, and I realized that he's walking around carrying this existential dread about climate change. And he thinks it's like this end of the world scenario in the next 20 years or so. While we do teach in some of the science classes and things about climate change at school, it's not really being talked about enough. And I feel that there's a real need for students to understand climate change and to build their awareness of it so that we can start planning how to deal with it in the future. We've never really done a school-wide theme like this before, so we're kind of making it up as we go along, but there's a lot of excitement. During the August teacher work days before students came back, the teachers worked in their departments to investigate resources and lesson plans and things, and we're looking at bringing some guest speakers in who are like scientists and experts about climate change. There's been talk about improving recycling and things like that, and really this is there's actually a state law on the books that backs this up, and I'll show it to you now. So this is Washington Administrative Code 392-410-115 that describes mandatory areas of study in the common school, and it says, instruction about conservation, natural resources, and the environment shall be provided at all grade levels in an interdisciplinary manner through science, the social studies, the humanities, and other appropriate areas with an emphasis on solving the problems of human adaptation to the environment. So if dealing with climate change isn't a perfect example of a problem of human adaptation to the environment, I don't know what is. So I would say stay tuned. I'm open to any ideas that students have because I really want students to get involved in this effort. And the goal is just for everyone to have more of an awareness of climate change and how we're going to have to deal with it, and an understanding of it, how it works, and what potential remedies or things we can do about it are. And that's pretty much it.
Thank you, Mr. Clark, for sharing that insight. I can't wait to see how the different classes and clubs take part in this year's school-wide focus, Educating for Climate Change.
The school-wide focus was announced at this year's Welcome Assembly, along with the homecoming theme and introductions to freshmen and new teachers. Our news team was there to capture the action in case you missed it. Check it out!
It's good to integrate freshmen into high school because everyone wants to feel wanted, so like when you have a school that's more together, you just feel more like a family. And who doesn't love family?
Including the freshmen in like the welcome assembly and kind of integrating them into that is important, especially to us, because we want them to feel like the transition from middle school to high school can go really smoothly, and that we just want them to feel like they're included and that they're becoming a part of the school. So I feel like that's the most important reason to us why we include them so much in the Welcome Back Assembly, because we want them to know that they're welcome here and that they belong as a part of the school.
It's amazing that our leadership team, along with the campus organizations who helped contribute to this assembly, could organize it all in a few days into the year. Go Rough Riders!
Now let's take a look ahead at some of the ways you can get involved in the fun at PAHS. Today at the lunch is the annual club fair, where you can check out the ASB organizations and sign up for activities. We spoke to some of the students behind the event. Listen to this.
I'm here with
Nacia.
president of the DECA Club. And can you tell us a little bit about Club Day?
Yeah, of course. So Club Day is happening Wednesday, September 11th at lunch in the Student Center. And it's basically just an opportunity for students to go around and be introduced to all the clubs that are on campus, whether they're like student run or just a school-based club. So if you have the opportunity, go ahead and head down to the Student Center to learn about all the clubs on campus and find one that you can join. I know DECA will be there. We'll have a booth and talking to some kids about whether they want to be a member and what that kind of looks like for us. So yeah, come find us.
Thank you. And what clubs would you recommend to starting freshmen?
Okay, so business clubs are like FBLA and DECA. I know there's also some more like art clubs and different after-school activities that are more like game-based or like chess club, things like that. There's a drama club, so that could be interesting if you're looking to join the Thespian Society and participating in the school plays. So yeah, tons of options, something for everyone.
All right, well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I can't wait to get involved with some of the many clubs here on campus. Meeting times are typically at lunch or after school and are in the morning bulletins, so make sure to listen to those if you aren't able to make the club fair today at lunch.
One of my favorite clubs is the Garden Club, and this year we have a new greenhouse and outside classroom called The Farm. If you haven't seen it, it is right next to the gym. Our teachers worked hard over the summer getting things ready for this year. Let's take a peek into this new feature here on campus for our final segment. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you next Wednesday for another edition of Rider News.
So first off, this place looks a lot different than I remember at the beginning of summer. What have you guys been up to?
Yeah, we've been busy. So the maintenance guys put up a fence for us so the deer can make their way around instead of in here. And Jamie Valadez put these beds in. So we've got vegetables growing and ready for the kids to harvest a few things.
So this garden looks a lot more impressive than I remember. Tell us what's been happening around here.
Well, over the summer, at the end of the school year, we had the shed built. We've had the greenhouse finally built, and we planted some vegetables at the start of the summer, and look at them go. We're here at the end of the summer. So that's where we're at right now, moving dirt right now to fill the rest of the beds. So it's coming along. And this year, by the end of the year, we hope to have this full of starts and all these vegetable gardens going. So yeah, a lot of excitement.
just gonna keep growing. Our native studies area will be over here with all native plants and mixed beds and small trees, and we'll have fruit trees over here. So it's basically a small farm.
Awesome. And I see all the teachers out here with you today. What's it like working with them on this garden on a project like this?
This is what we want. We want collaboration amongst teachers and eventually amongst students out here. It's great to see teachers outside of the classroom. I didn't know they owned any other clothes besides dress clothes. So it's good to work with my colleagues and talk to them and get to know them and sweat a little bit. It feels good.
Thanks again for watching our weekly webcast of Rider News. We also have live streams of home sporting events along with other great videos on this channel. So take a moment to like this video and subscribe to us to catch all the action here at Port Angeles High School.